Okay, guys. I hope you guys are all doing well and you've had a wonderful Thursday so far. These are some pictures from when Bob and I went camping. We went camping just one night, overnight. Last night, actually, for those of you who weren't reading up on the community post, we actually went camping last night. It was really beautiful where we were, as you can see. We wanted a spot by the water. We got a really good spot by the water. It wasn't like a boat launch or anything like at our spot, and we just pretty much like enjoyed a campfire. And we went on the I don't know if the shot already came by of the pier, but we went there last night and this morning. This is a picture from this morning. That's so beautiful. There was a funny bridge though. I don't know if you remember, Bob, but like we stood on it, it was like the whole time.
Yeah,
So we walked on it.
It sounded like bullfrogs basically when you were walking down it. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, it sounded just like bullfrogs when we were walking down it. And this morning we woke up pretty early because our air mattress had a hole in it. So Bob was like, yeah, I was like trying to rearrange myself because my back was in a lot of pain. So I was like launching Bob up and down with the air mattress, which I thought was pretty funny. But
yeah, it was like one of those things you see in the water. You know, like someone's laying in it, and then the guy jumps from like a platform, and they bounce out into the middle of the lake. That's pretty much what I felt like was going to happen to either one of us.
Yeah. Do you remember how the moon looked when we woke up? I didn't take a picture of that, you guys, because I wanted that to be our moment. But when we woke up this morning, I don't know if any of you are into that kind of thing. I think a few of you are, but it may or may not have been a full moon last night. Bob and I thought it kind of looked like a full moon, right?
Yeah, it looked like a full moon to me. I mean, there could have been a little sliver missing. I'm never good at that, and I didn't have my phone, so I didn't look. But
yeah, we were trying just to like enjoy our time away from everything we usually look at, I guess.
yeah, it was pretty chill. I had the hammock set up. I was worried about the wind. It was pretty windy, but everything stayed.
Yeah, when we first got there, Bob was like, "Oh, here comes the wind," and I'm the one going like, "Oh, it's fine, it's gonna calm down." It really didn't seem like it, guys, but I thought like wishful thinking would work, and then eventually it did, and we just started hearing less wind and feeling less wind and hearing more birds and huge bullfrogs. Like this campground we were at had like the hugest population of huge bullfrogs. They all had their own little tones.
Yeah, we could totally hear like the generation of bullfrogs. We could hear the small bullfrogs. We could hear I guess would better than the large ones. They were like, I don't know.
They sounded huge.
They were shaking the ground pretty much.
They're like a foghorn. Like it was
pretty
definitely
awesome.
Not a foghorn.
And then the snapping turtle.
That's right. Yeah.
But yeah, the guy doing the like 90-year-old dude doing a TikTok video with a snapping turtle. That was in itself was pretty funny.
Yeah, it was interesting. this campground was very interesting, like in a lot of ways, I thought, because like not only of like the area surrounding it, but like the different things that you could do there. Do you know what I mean? Like there were so
Yeah.
many trails and there were so many
Yeah, there's
things.
a lot of hiking, a lot of hiking trails, a lot of water that connected to each
A lot
other.
of lily pads.
Yeah, a lot of fishing. I saw a pretty good sized fish this morning. I didn't go fishing because I don't have my fishing license because I follow the law. Anyway.
Yeah, follow the law, Bob.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, I don't know. There's a picture of lily pads on the screen there, guys. So we only have to go up one day.
I'll show
And
you.
when we're able to, we'll go longer and we'll do so. Oh, right there, you see that? You guys see that on the right-hand side? I don't know if you're looking on your phone or if you're looking on your TV or what are you guys watching this on? Either way, if you look at the dock on the right-hand side, there's like a person like wrapped up in a blanket, like super cold person wrapped up in a blanket. That's Bob. That's not me. Just so you guys know, Bob was freezing when he woke up this morning. I think I was stealing all of the blankets that we had.
Yeah, the bed was super annoying.
Yeah. And we had originally forgotten our pillows and blankets and stuff, so we had to go back home to get them, which was fine because we had another stop to make anyway. But yeah, so that was our camping trip, guys. It was a lot of fun. And the next time we go to camp, we will do it probably 2 or 3 nights, and we'll include some kind of paranormal investigation. If we can find a campground, guys, that has any kind of decent Wi-Fi signal, which is probably not very common because it's a campground, guys. So if we could, though, we could go live. We could do a live paranormal. I was also considering the possibility of going live on TikTok. If you have us on TikTok, please say so in the chat right now so I can get kind of or if you even watch TikTok. I don't know what BLM land is or paid land, but I know Cyborg Mama's asked us quite a few times.
It's a state.
State land?
State campground, yeah. It was a state campground.
Yeah, it was a state campground.
I don't know if that.
It's like $20 a night or something.
Yeah, it was basically rustic camping. Like
Judy was bullied off TikTok. Well, that's not cool, Judy.
Yeah, TikTok's lame anyway.
What's that?
I said I think TikTok's lame anyway.
Look at Bobby the raccoon. Yeah, we didn't see. I saw. So as far as animals, I think I saw a fox. I think we saw so many fish. We saw eagles, hawks, snapping turtle. Yeah, I think I saw some Odinites camping up the way. It's pretty creepy.
It was Odinite camping. That's
yeah,
fine.
It was Odinite.
That's fine.
Gentlemen. Cheryl doesn't do social media. That's very good. Very smart, Cheryl. Okay, so I was wondering if anybody wanted to play true crime trivia and horror movie trivia. Specifically, the cases that we did true crime trivia for, where it was the Chris Watts case, the Kylie Rodney case, Idaho Court case, Summer Wells case, and the Karen Reed case.
Hey, Pia.
Yeah.
Your mic sounds like poo-poo.
Why?
I don't know.
It still sounds like it?
It's like going in and out.
Okay, what if I did this? How does it sound now?
The same.
Well, I don't know what to say.
Do you want to change?
Change what?
We change rooms.
Oh, change from the phone to the laptop? Yeah, I can. Yeah. I'll be right there.
All right.
Talk to our people.
Yeah, sorry guys.
I'm 13th Hour, and I'm here to say, follow strange suspicions down the yellow brick alleyway. We don't know who you are, and we don't really care, but your carnival clown ass is welcome here. Whoop whoop!
Bitches, look, you can bring the spaghetti pot. There ain't no spaghetti in it, but you can bring the pot in the bag. Buy yourself a strange suspicion bag.
You want to just sit here? Sorry, I didn't know the mic was on. Okay. So, I'm really bad at this mouse, guys. Let me just get where I need to be. Okay, very, very good. So, we are going to do the true crime thing. I'm sorry. I'm way better when it's one message on the screen. But let's see. So we're going to start out with, okay, who's the bigger nerd? I don't know. That's so funny. Does spaghetti pot come with the bag? It should, right, Dill? Or pot should come with the bag, but I think we get in a lot of trouble for that. Okay, so let's get right into this true crime trivia real quick. I will start. Bob, you can, if you want, Bob, you can read the horror movie trivia questions, and I'll do the true crimes.
Okay.
Okay, so we could do like me then you or whatever. So here we go, guys. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, it sounds okay. I don't know. I can't tell.
Okay, guys. How old was Summer Wells at the time of her disappearance? How old was Summer Wells when she disappeared? Put your answers in the chat. Let's see. Tani thinks she was 47. Cyborg Mama thinks she was 6. We got 8. We got a couple 5s. And the answer is, do you know the answer, Bob?
No, I don't.
She was 5 years old at the time of her disappearance. So most of you got that right. Obviously, Tani, you weren't right. Judy was close. Cyborg Mama was close. Okay, so do you want to do every other? Do you want to do a horror movie one?
Sure.
Okay.
I guess that's fine with me. I'm kind of, my notes are all mixed up right here, so I had to change rooms, so I'm getting everything together.
Okay.
Yeah, probably not right now.
Okay, I'll do another one then. Okay, you guys, what was the last known activity on Xana Kernodle's phone before the murders took place? What was Xana's last known activity on her phone? According to the alleged timeline of law enforcement, I should say. What was her last known activity? Everybody is answering TikTok. Cold and Covered even has the specific answer, which is she wrote the word queen, and she's absolutely correct. You guys are all correct. Cold and Covered, awesome detail there. Okay, let's see. What specific evidence did investigators find in Chris Watts' truck that helped break the case open? I'll say it one more time. What specific evidence did investigators find in Chris Watts' truck that helped break the case wide open? Okay, Dill. So far, there is no correct answers. None of those answers are correct. One more time, what specific evidence did investigators find in the truck owned by Chris Watts that helped break the case wide open? These are good answers, guys. Okay, so the answer is a gas can and tools. The tools suggested the premeditation, and the gas can suggested us getting rid of evidence. Tell me when you're ready, Bob. Okay, here's one. Here's one that maybe Dill would know if he's still here. I'm not sure. But what was the model and color of the car that Chris Watts claimed? I'm going to say her name wrong. Shanann took with her when she disappeared. What was the make and model of the car that Shanann would have been driving if she actually was missing, according to Chris Watts? Cyborg, is that a guess, or are you just like, I don't know, wait for it? Because I'm taking it like you're like, I don't know, wait for it.
The color's right.
Oh yeah, it is. You have the correct color, Cyborg. You're onto something. You got any other guess for the make and model? Because your white is right. I should guess a little bit.
That's a pretty random question, but
Right.
I mean, it's a good one.
It is a white Lexus, you guys. A white Lexus. You got yours, Bob?
Yeah, I could throw one out there.
Okay.
Let me see here. How many horror films? We're doing horror films now. But I had this all planned out. You threw me off. So, how many horror films has Bill Moseley been in?
For those of you who are unfamiliar with Bill Moseley, with the name, for Otis.
Did you hear anything? Did you hear me?
Yes, yeah, but I'm letting them know who Otis
Did you mute my mic?
is.
Did you just mute my mic?
No, I didn't mute your mic. Hello?
Yeah.
No, I didn't do that intentionally, no, but everybody's answering your question right there. 194? No, I was just letting them know that, in case you don't know who Bill Moseley is the guy that played Otis in the Rob Zombie movie. I was trying to unmute myself. I was confused by where we were.
He's been in over 40 movies. Anyway.
40. Okay. Okay, so I will go to, never would have thought 40. Okay, do you know which kind of some of the movies? Can you name some of the movies he was in, Bob?
Yeah, he was in Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2. He was in House of Thousand Corpses. I don't know. He was in a bunch.
I had him written down. Let me see. Okay. So, yep, you're right. You're right, Tani. You're right. He was Chop Top in the Texas Chainsaw Massacre too. He was in A House of Thousand Corpses. He was in The Blob. He's been in a lot of movies, you guys. Yeah, he has been in a lot of movies, I think. Okay, so we're going to go to a true crime question, right? So what was the specific injury that led to John O'Keefe's death, according to initial reports? Now, this is from the Karen Reed case. The police officer who passed away. So yeah, there's Karen Reed right there. The police officer who passed away. According to initial reports, what was the injury that led to his death? We got hit by a car, we have stabbing, we have Zach Barron. The correct answer is blunt force trauma. Judy got it correct. I think we're backwards, Bob. I think you saw me muting myself. So I was coughing. It says Bob on the screen right now.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's all right. Whatever. It's like every time we use this damn program, I'm just dumb.
No one knows. Yeah, actually, Judy got it correct. Yeah, Judy got it correct. Okay, let's see. Let's see one that you guys might know. According to... Oh, here's one. Okay, what was the total amount of the life insurance policies that Chris Watts had on his wife and children? Does anybody know that amount? What was the amount of life insurance policies that Chris Watts had on his wife and children? I feel like maybe those are like life insurance levels that you guys are giving me. Tawny. Keep muting myself when talking. No, the total amount is $450,000. So I guess maybe that might have been a kind of a motivation for Chris Watts to get rid of his family and start his new life with his girlfriend. Because I know that Shanann, I thought she was pregnant, right? Right, Bob? She was pregnant.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was pregnant, and then I don't know. I feel like it might have freaked him out a little bit because he had someone on the side and he couldn't be tied down in that way and still leave. I don't know. I don't know what motivated him, but I felt like the $450,000 was a motivator because then he could have like started a new life with this girl, which is disgusting, obviously, but at the same time. But in the same way, like, speaking of, oh, hey, Mouse. Mouse is here. What's up, Mouse? So we're doing the true crime trivia, and we are also doing horror movie trivia. So did you want to read another one, Bob?
Yeah, I guess so. Who directed the original Evil Dead film?
Ooh.
It's pretty easy.
Did Mouse direct it?
What?
I said, did Mouse.
It was Sam Raimi. Yeah. He also directed Spider-Man, like a couple of them.
Oh, Evil Dead just wants some Evil Dead questions. Are you too young for that too, Tani, or do you know what Evil Dead is? I don't know Tani's age, but she said she was too young for these. But she did just say Evil Dead, so. Have you not heard of Evil Dead? I swear to God, if Tani's never heard of Evil Dead, we are old. 36. How old is Evil Dead? You have. Okay, good. Okay. So then you read one, now I'll read one. Let's see. What physical feature is prominently mentioned in Summer Welles' description? So what is the one physical feature that is always brought up about Summer Welles for her description? So people are on the lookout for Summer Welles. They're looking for a little girl. And what is the most unique thing about this little girl compared to most little girls? Okay. Blonde, blue eyes. What? Okay. Judy, you're right with that. I have heard that before. But what is different about the way she looks from most young girls? No, Tani, she doesn't have a tail. Not that I know of. There you go. Colder cover got it. Shaved head. Yep. Summer Welles had a shaved head, and allegedly it was because she was very close with her brothers, and she wanted to, look like them. So perhaps. And I know her mom also, I believe her mom also got, she had a shaved head too, right? The mom? I think so. Okay. So, I'll read another one. What date did the Idaho murders occur? What was the date of the Idaho 4 murders? Incorrect. So far. Barely. Judy. Judy was the first correct answer. Cold or covered, also. Cyborg Mama, Mouse. Mouse, you're so smart. Bob, let me hear you on your microphone. Yeah, you might have to come in here and just do it. Barely at all, no. It sounds like you're down the street. Now it just sounds staticky. What? Yeah, Bob, it's no good. What am I supposed to be seeing, Tony? Yeah. Okay, guys. So, how many roommates survived the attack on the Moscow, Idaho 4 murders? How many people survived the attack in that house? No tinfoil hats in here. They all got this one. Nice job. Great job. Ooh, even better, Tani. That's a good answer. Okay, and in that same nice job. That was for you, Tani. That little applause with the raccoon, I think. At what time, allegedly, at what time were the surviving roommates believed to have been home? So, what time were Bethany and Dylan believed to allegedly have been present in the home at 1122 King Road that night? What time did Kane say they were home? Okay, so I'm seeing the 145 thing, and I'm thinking the 145 thing, you guys are thinking of Ethan and Santa. So I'm thinking about that. I could be wrong, but okay, so what I got here is between 3 a.m. and 4 a.m., according to the PTA or whatever. Thanks. I have to cough. The foliage at the campground has got me coughing so much about it. So let's see. Which floor of the house were Kaylee and Maddie found on? Which floor of the house? Kaylee and Maddie on. Hey, Mountain Man. Good to see you. Yep, they were on the third floor. Most of you guys got that. I think Tani got it, but she pushed the wrong button. Pretty sure that's what happened. Okay, everybody's gonna get this one. What university did the Mountain Man? What university did the victims of the Idaho 4 murders attend? Yep, you guys all got that one. Okay, how about this one? We'll switch it up a little bit. In which U.S. state did Summer Wells disappear from? In what U.S. state did Summer Wells disappear from? There she is. Well, you're all getting that Tennessee. And I'm so happy that this question is on this list. You guys are going to remember this. For those of you who comment and support the channel and keep up in the community tabs, this question is hilarious, guys, but I'm going to make sure everybody here has the same understanding because I believe I'm right about this. I believe I'm right. Tell me if I'm wrong, but in the Idaho 4 case, who told them everything? Who told Adam everything in the Idaho 4 case? That's crazy. Whoa, 13th hour what? Oh, I'm getting ya. I'm picking up what you're laying down there. That's so funny. Yep, it was Maddie, guys. It was Maddie. If you remember that comment, please put put a little clown guy in the chat. If you remember my troll of the day. I gotta get more trolls of the day. That was the only one that really bothered me because I was like, wait a minute, what? You guys, I don't like let trolls get to me in that way. But that troll, I was like, oh my god. Like, I freaked out. I was thinking, did I say that wrong? Did I say it wrong? So I went and I looked and I was like, wait a minute. No. I know that it was like, Maddie, what did you tell Adam, right? And she's like, I told Adam like everything. And it was the most obvious thing. And this troll came up in our, for those of you that haven't put a clown in the chat, some troll came up and was like, if you don't know that Kaylee told Adam everything, then I can't even watch this channel. I think that's so funny. People like that like really crack me up because, you know, we have a really strong community here. Sometimes people can't make the lives, and sometimes people, you know, miss a video here, a video there. Life happens. We can't all be together at the same time at all times. But like people like Mouse, people like 13th Hour, like Rock Chalk, like Cyborg Mama, like Tawny, so many of you, Jane, Norman, all of you, really, anybody who's here right now, Colder Covered, all of you that are here on a regular basis, we really appreciate all of you. So I don't really care about some troll, but it is, I'm gonna confess though, it is really fun, like, responding to them as a group. Like, I think it's great fun. And if you ever question whether or not, like, if you think you're going too far with a troll and you're gonna make us angry, or you think like, oh, should I say something? Like, yeah, say something. If it's a troll, always say something, because we don't like them in this community, and the quicker they leave, the better. And if they leave on their own, that's even better, I think, in my opinion. Yeah, Cheryl, right? Yeah, we are the troll slayers. Look at that. Cyborg Mama, Red Rum Crew is troll slaying today. Sometimes you're here, but your phone is charging. Mouse, we really appreciate you. You're pretty amazing. Troll free zone. That's right, guys. Look at Shaggy. Look at that. Shaggy 2 Dope. I don't know if you guys know who that is. Hopefully you guys know who Shaggy 2 Dope is. Especially, I mean, at least like a few of you. So like when we put that up, people aren't like, what is that? Look at that. I love that little raccoon. We didn't really see any raccoons, which is so weird. Oh, Bob, I can't hear you. Are you talking? You should just come in here. Yeah, I don't know what's going on, you guys. We have some technical difficulties. Can you guys hear me kind of clearly though? Yep, that was Shaggy 2 Dope. I think you guys are like, this is weird actually. You guys are always on this like delay. So I'm wondering like, are they listening? And then like I realized like 2 or 3 minutes later, yeah, you guys are definitely listening. Yep. Technical difficulties. Yeah, Bob hasn't done. Do you guys, we're gonna have, so today is Thursday. Saturday, I guess, is the next time we're gonna get together. I'm not saying we're getting out of here right now unless you guys want to, but the next time we will be getting together is Saturday. And I promise you guys, I would love to do, like, if you guys, I don't know if you guys get it, but I'm like pretty much giving you full reign, full permission to ask me anything you want. It doesn't have to be true crime related. It could be anything so that you guys can get to know me or Bob, you know, better as people, so we can like connect better, so you guys can relate with us. But obviously, if you ask me something inappropriate, I'm not going to answer it, which is not a big deal. But I would like to put together a big like collaboration of Ask a Clown questions. So if you're listening right now, it would be great if you would do so. And the sharing you guys are doing of these videos is awesome. I noticed there was a great big response. Oh yeah, I should address that. Put a clown guy in the chat. That's what I call it, clown guy. What else should I call it? Clown emoji? Clown meme? No, that's not a meme. Clown emoji in the chat. If you were here for the premiere on Monday. BK pretrial hearing today about 5. Really? What do you mean pre-trial hearing? Mouse, can you tell me a little bit more about that? Because we could put that on right now. It's 5 o'clock, Bob. I don't know anything about that. We were camping, Mouse. I know you came in a little bit later, but we were camping, and we didn't like see anything about anything. We were kind of like in a mode, trying to like relax. Yeah, it should be right now then. Bob, if you can hear me, write something in the chat. Okay. Can you look on, I guess, Judge's thing, channel, and see if we could just share that if there's, because they said 5 o'clock today. That's now. So I'm thinking check Judge's thing and we can watch that together. Oh, it's on, I read it's on the pings. I don't know what that means. Do you? It starts in 25 minutes. What does on the pings mean? But anyway, guys, if you want to ask me while we're waiting for that. Oh, ping. I get it. You're saying it's a notification coming up or something? Yeah, so what I was saying about Ask a Clown is, you know, like basically whatever. So we are going to be showing some things on our live on Saturday. We'll have some pre-recorded stuff, like things like Cyborg Mama actually sent us a really cool care package, and we'll be opening that. And we will also be showing a prior, with that, we're going to show another thing that she had sent us prior to that. When our dog passed away, she also sent us a package, and I wanted to include it all in the same video. So, oh, I see I get it. It's about the phone pings. Gotcha. Sorry. You know when you guys go camping? Anybody in here like to go camping? If you like to go camping, let me know where your favorite place to go camping is in the chat. We love camping, Bob and I. So, like, I'm in that, like, kind of mode when you get back from camping and you're, like, kind of discombobulated, I guess the word is. Mostly Bob and I do, like, a lot of state campgrounds and stuff like that. You do, Mouse? You like to go camping? Do you guys go camping? Oh, I would guess Cyborg Mama goes in her vehicle. Yep, there it is. And Mouse, do you go tent camping, or do you go cabin camping, or do you go in like a RV? What do you like to do? Is it like in 2024, people go like all kinds of different modes for camping. Some people go Airbnb to like a nice cottage. Some people go right out in a tent. Bob and I like to go out in a tent. I would like to check out a cabin or an Airbnb though. I'd like to check out Airbnb. Oh, didn't really hear that. Oh, cool. Mouse, you're old school just like us.
Can you hear me?
Now I can. Cyborg Mama saying, lots of free camping in Michigan on BLM land. It's dry camping or boondocking. Yeah, it did, didn't it, Mouse? It sounded like I had Bob locked up in the basement. He like was chained up. Real quick, he like,
help me!
Call for help, yeah. He's like, do you hear these chains? You see what she's doing?
Hello!
You're so funny. That's what we do. So, okay, so what were we talking about before? Oh, camping. Yeah. Cyborg Mama, where is your favorite place that you have camped while we wait for this Brian Koberger hearing? Of course I do. Chained down. Yeah, I'm trying to tie him down actually.
Alice in Chains is my favorite band.
I love that band. I think we've got some old school people in here that like that band. Alice in Chains. I remember that era. It was like Alice in Chains, Stone Temple Pilots. It was like, what is KOFA, babe? You know what that is, right? Don't we call it KOHA or something? What is that called? Or KOA?
Yeah.
Those campgrounds, you know?
KOA.
Okay. Yeah.
Am I echoing?
No. Shh. Okay, mouse goes near all the Indian reservations on Salamanca, New York. Wow, that's cool. Yeah, right, Mountain Man? I thought it was. Like, there was, like, Pearl Jam, Stone Temple Pilots. There was, what's another band from that area? From that era? Nirvana? Duh.
The blog for the Soundgarden.
Is that when Dinosaur Jr. was around?
Yeah, but they're like grunge, were they?
No.
I mean, maybe.
Yep, you saying Soundgarden, yeah. Yeah, Mountain Man was telling me once about that Chris Cornell thing. He wanted us to do a video on that. Chris Cornell and Chester Bennington. Their deaths, you know?
Yeah. No, I don't know.
Very, very suspicious deaths and lots of like interesting facts linked to the cases of those deaths that I feel are very interesting. I don't know about you guys, but
What about Kurt Cobain?
oh yeah, Kurt Cobain. Oh yeah, that's true. Kurt Cobain is kind of interesting death as well. What did you think about that one, Mountain Man? As we wait.
Well, the Court Club.
Yeah.
Or was that one dude? That punk band. What the hell's his name?
Oh, there you go, Miranda, Bush, Pearl Jam, Smashing Pumpkins. Yeah, Smashing Pumpkins.
Yep.
Smashing
Pumpkins rule.
Do you remember when we went to go get that Ouija board? And you were wearing a Smashing Pumpkins shirt? Is it Spencer's or Hot Topic or something?
Something, yeah.
And she's like, what'd you say, my dad likes them or something? I don't know what she said.
Yep, and I said, your dad's an idiot. So your dad must really suck.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Mouse, same. That's what Bob and I want to, yeah. Every time we go camping, we want a shower and a bathroom.
Yeah, that's why one camping is good.
Yeah, like, I love that. I love camping. Like, Bob and I could probably stay out camping as long as we could afford to, you know, like a long period of time. But without a shower, I don't think so. And a regular bathroom, because I don't know about you ladies in here, but I think it's pretty hard, you know, to go to the bathroom in the woods sometimes. Like, I never know how to do that correctly without making a mess. So I prefer a bathroom that's like a bathroom with a flushing toilet, not like a, what do you call those? Vaulted toilet?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like the vaulted toilet, and I don't like the no shower.
Well, do you remember there was a case of a guy wearing with a scuba suit and hiding in a vaulted toilet?
Oh yeah. Oh, I can't. Ugh.
Right?
Ugh. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know. Every time we go camping, those bathrooms, it's like I'm so scared that a fly is gonna like fly up that. I guess you call it a toilet. I don't know. Like I never sit on
Yeah,
it.
they don't take very good care of them, and they don't clean them out very good. I think they usually clean them out about this time of year around our area because it's a big weekend.
Oh, okay. Oh yeah, that's right. It's Memorial Day weekend. So for any of you that have, as a veteran, I'll tell you, this is not Veterans Day. This is Memorial Day. So if you know anybody who served in a war who has passed away, this would be a good time to not just go out back and have a barbecue, but actually go visit them at a cemetery. So I just wanted to put that out there because I served in the military, and now it's there. You go, Bob. Thanks. Because I served in the military, and I know that a lot of people just have a barbecue and they just get drunk and that's their Memorial Day. But it's really actually a day to recognize those who were lost in war. So please try and visit those graves or honor those people's memories in whatever way that you can. That's unique to their life and the celebration of who they were and what they did with their life and their service. That's kind of the idea of Memorial Day, you guys. It's not just a barbecue. It's not all that. It means that too. You want to celebrate them and have a good time and do all that stuff. But I still like every Memorial Day. There's always one person that will text me and say Happy Memorial Day, and I just don't understand like how some people mix up that like Memorial Day is like the day is actually it's called Memorial, like in memory, Memorial Day. So please, if you've made that mistake before, do not wish a veteran a happy Memorial Day, because if you're wishing a veteran a happy Memorial Day, they are living, and therefore you're not recognizing them as a dead soldier. And so there's that. Please don't just do that. You're welcome for my service. And if you're curious, I did 8 years Army. I did a lot of things with my service, and I'm very proud of myself, but I'm an old lady now. That was a very long time ago. Jeff just got in here. We were playing some true crime trivia and some horror movie trivia, and then Mouse had mentioned that that's really cool, Mountain Man. Oh, what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, and then Mouse told us, Jeff, that there's gonna be a Brian Koberger pre-trial hearing on pings, I guess. So we're gonna watch that, and then Bob is having trouble with his microphone out there, and so we're just like chit-chatting before this is going on. Grandpa,
Yeah,
rest in
it's
peace.
very troublesome.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, we could even, Bob, what we could do on Memorial Day, but I mean, I don't know how we would put it out on the same exact day, but we could go to a cemetery and do some kind of like, we could actually tell somebody who is passed on Happy Memorial Day, because all their graves are clearly marked, you know? I don't know if you're.
Yeah,
Okay.
maybe. I don't know. I'm having a hard time. It's echoing to me,
No,
so
it's
it's
okay. It's all right. I understand. So, yeah, that is a cool accomplishment, Miranda. My father actually was in the military as well. My mother, actually, my mother and father were both in the military. They met in the Marines. And then my dad, after he served in the Marines, joined the Army and then the Navy. So my father was in 3 branches of the service, and then I just joined the Army. Not to make it sound like I just joined the Army, like the Army's not good or anything, but it's the only one I joined. And then I got my education, my 4 college degrees, which is associate's, bachelor's, a master's, and then a second master's degree, which just is a pile of paperwork. For any of you that also know about college degrees, it's really just paperwork, but I did accomplish quite a lot, I think, and I'm proud of my military service and I'm proud of my college degrees. So if nothing else, sometimes I mention it just to pat myself on the back because that's the only pat on the back I'm getting for that. But let's see. How many, Bob, can you put in the chat how many more minutes we have? Because if we have like more than 10, we can do a few more, I'll read a few more true crime questions or horror movie questions. Thank you, Jeff. Yeah, maybe one day I'll tell you guys about my service. It's a lot more than you would
It's
probably
11 minutes.
11 minutes? Okay, you guys want to do a few true crime questions, though? If we're waiting these 11 minutes, instead of listening to me go babble on about my crap that I've done. Ooh, very cool, Mouse. Do you have any Marines in your family? Yeah, I could do Ask a Clown, Cyborg Mama. You got any... If anybody wants to ask me... Hey, Jeff's a good guy for this. If anybody wants to ask me a question about anything, type it in the chat real quick. Go, 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 go. And then we'll... Thank you, Miranda.
And now my favorite segment, Ask a Clown.
Any questions from the chat? No, not me. My parents were Marines. I was in the Army. I was in the Army for 8 years. My dad and mom were in the Marines. They were, that's where they met. And then my dad joined the Army and then the Navy. And then when I turned 18, I joined the Army for 8 years. I went all over the place. Tell us about your teen years. I don't know. What do you mean, like? Oh, the island part. Oh, okay, yeah, sure. I grew up. You guys this might help you guys a lot because I get some hate from certain people on the internet because maybe they don't understand me correctly. But I actually, guys, I'm a different kind of person because I haven't had the same life as most of you guys. I actually, oh, I can do that, Jeff. Hold on. Cyborg Mama was asking me about something. I grew up on an island, guys. This island I grew up on was 1 mile long, okay? The only animals I saw on this island were people's dogs or cats and maybe 2 different kinds of birds, a seagull and like a regular robin, and maybe a squirrel or 2. But my whole childhood on this island, which was 1 mile long, like, it's different, you know what I mean? You would think, oh, you're on an island, it's only 1 mile long, you only know, like, certain culture of people, but I grew up around every single culture of person. It was a Navy military base, and it was 1 mile long, and it was my whole wide world. So I don't play naive, I don't play stupid, I don't not know things. I just approach things with the way that I approach asking people questions and learning more about things. It might appear kind of naive, but it's just in the way that I want to understand it in the same way other people understand what they're trying to tell me, because I speak kind of a different language coming from an island. Like, literally, it's not an excuse. It was a tiny little island. And yeah, it does. Thank you, Cyborg Mama, for bringing that up, because that does say a lot about me. And I don't judge people. I don't assume that I know what somebody's gonna be like by looking at them or by their culture or by the way they look or dress or anything. I don't understand when people are rude to other people. Those things don't make sense to me. So if I ever say, why would somebody do something like that, it's because I haven't been exposed to it. I don't know how many more minutes we have, but you guys, if you have any more questions, put them up there. Miranda, do you have any questions? or 13th, or Jeff. Oh, what did Jeff say again? Say something nice about the Army so my daughter won't diss on that branch of the military. Okay.
We have 7.
7 minutes, you said?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you, Mouse. I'll just say it. It doesn't bother me. The island that I grew up on is it's in between San Francisco and Oakland. It's no longer a military base, but it is, you know what I mean? Like, it's interesting that, like, you guys have seen crime growing up. You saw, like, police cars with sirens and like, fire trucks and things like that. You know what I mean? Like, you know what a deer looked like. You knew it, like, things that I never even grasped onto. So what I held on to the whole time growing up was, like, interaction between people and learning how to understand different cultures and be, like, unified with people. Like, that's literally who I am. It's not me trying to sound a certain way. It's, like, literally who I am. Yeah, there was a culture unique to the island. I guess the best way to say anything about the culture is that it was a military culture. So the military culture was very, you know, like, what's the word? Following the law, very organized, very structured life, very...
Yeah, I was going to say very stiff. Right?
Very what?
Stiff.
Yeah, very stiff. Very stiff culture. Like on this military base, guys, if you were to go outside and, like, grab your mail, and literally grabbing our mail was like, open the front door, hand out the door, little mailbox right there, grab your mail, right? If you did that and your hair wasn't done, or you had it in a shower cap, or you came out with curlers or whatever, then you would have a $450 ticket. It was ridiculous. It was unbecoming of a soldier, or unbecoming of a soldier's wife, or unbecoming of a soldier's family. It was very, like, strict and organized. And then, like, I was brought into this culture, like, right around high school, where I didn't understand, like, people wore certain clothes and it made them cool, and people listened to certain music and it made them cool, and you know what I mean? Like, the different, like, standards of, you know, cliques and stuff in schools. I never knew that. Like, everybody who I knew, everybody's parents dressed the same, my whole upbringing. So everybody was the same, but of different cultures, if that makes any sense. How were the kids? The kids were mostly, besides myself and my brother, I would say the biggest population of kids on the base were of one, like, dominant culture, and that was Filipinos. And those kids were very smart. That's all I can say about them.
Talk about the one kid you went to school with.
Which one?
I'll be back.
Oh, that was not on the island, though.
Oh. Yeah.
Yeah, I did go to school, though, you guys, with an actor. And let me tell you, sometimes when you don't believe somebody, it's hilarious. It's so funny. I'm going to tell you a time where I got my foot in my mouth. I was in the 8th grade, and there was this kid in our class, and he was absent a lot, and he was just like this little dorky kid, right? And we were like, what is wrong with this kid? Like, and we would make fun of him, and we were kids, okay? We were just, where have you been? You know, like, stuff like that. And he would always have some crazy story. So one day he came to school and he was like, I don't care what you guys say about me, you know, like, I have things going on. I have things that I have going on that are going well for me. And you guys are just, like, 8th graders, they're just normal kids. And we're like, oh, okay, what's up? And he said he was in a movie with Arnold Schwarzenegger. And I was like, what? I'm like, can't you think of somebody, like, I was so stupid. I was like, can't you think of somebody more famous than that? Somebody cooler than that? And he's like, I swear to God. And we were like, oh, okay. And we would, like, imitate Arnold Schwarzenegger, like, every single day that he would be in class, which wasn't that much, but every day we did when he was there. And then, like, I think it was like a year and a half passed, and I'd already, like, my dad had already transferred. We already been, like, to 2 other places. So I'm, like, watching what my brother's watching, and I was like, oh my God. And he was like, doesn't that look like the kid that you went to school with that everybody used to make fun of? And I was like, that's that kid. And his name was Eddie Furlong. I don't know if you guys know that kid, but it's hilarious. Like, a dumbest. Like, we were totally, like, you are such a liar. You know what I mean? We totally thought he was full of crap, but he wasn't.
Already for
Yeah, I was totally moded, is what we called it on the island. I don't know if you guys have ever heard that term, moded, but it's when you put your foot in your mouth, basically. When you're so insistent that you're right, and then you find out you're wrong, which I'm moded a lot. Right, Bob? I'm moded.
Yeah.
A decent amount, yeah. But I'll admit it, so. So basically, we have how many minutes? Do I have it? Yeah, he is. He is.
About one.
We got 1 minute? Or one question?
1 minute.
Okay. So we got 1 minute to this thing starting, guys. If you guys can do this question, do it. What were the names of Chris Watts' daughters and their ages? What were the names and ages of Chris Watts' daughters? By the time you hear my voice say that, I'm sure this thing is about to start. Oh my gosh, there's 923 people on that channel. Why can't we just grab them over here? Man, that's a lot of people. I would never be able to keep up with that chat. It still didn't start?
No, it says wait.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. I didn't go to Judge John.
Yeah, go to his. We want to see that.
I don't know where it's at. I can't find it.
Oh, this is Judge John Judge.
What?
Judge John Judge. It's the name of his channel.
Yeah, I looked.
Your mighty mods would. What would you? I'm sorry. What were you saying, Cyborg Mama? I resemble that remark. Okay, babe. Jeff says at Judge John Judge. If you put an at and no spaces, right where Jeff says that in the chat. This is camping, guys. This is what camping does to you. I didn't even know there was a hearing today, and luckily Mouse told us. Oh, yeah. Oh, Cyborg Mama, yeah, for sure. Yeah, I wouldn't be able to keep up if there was that many people waiting in this live. It is kind of nice, and I did want to give you guys all a shout out for sure doing all the shares, like, because the last video, 2 videos ago, we had a pretty small number for views, which is not a big deal, but the one that we did last, I don't know if you saw it, Jeff, but the editing on the last video we put out on Monday was really, really amazing. I was so, like, I swear, every time Bob comes out with a new video, I'm like, this is my favorite video. This is actually my favorite video. And then the next one comes out, and that one's my favorite video. Every time, it's like a new favorite video. Oh, okay, Jeff, yeah. Ed Norton is the guy from Fight Club. I think. Pretty sure.
Can you hear me all right?
Yeah, I hear you. Can you guys hear Bob okay?
I can't switch right now. I don't want to mess this up.
It's okay. Who's echoing, me or Bob? Hey, can you put that commercial on? Or the 13th hour or Cyborg Mama real quick? Just so I don't have to bore them.
Bitches, look, you can bring the spaghetti pot. There ain't no spaghetti in it, but you can bring the pot in the bag. Buy yourself a strange suspicion bag.
Hey, it's Tawny Nubs. I watch Strange Suspicion on YouTube. What are you watching?
I'm 13th Hour, and I'm here to say, follow Strange Suspicions down the yellow brick alleyway. We don't know who you are, and we don't really care, but your carnival clown ass is welcome here. Whoop whoop!
Hey guys, if you want to send us a video, you totally can. No kidding. You need a bag to carry your spaghetti pot, Jeff? Well, you're in luck because you can grab a Strange Suspicion bag, right? A tote bag. I cannot stop laughing, Cyborg, every time he plays that video and you're like, bitches, like right at the beginning. It cracks me up. She's like, bitches. Yeah, it's a pot.
Bitches, look. Bitches, look.
She's like, bitches, look.
Bitches, look. You can bring
Very nice, Cyborg. Honestly, seriously. Seriously, like anybody who wants to, if you sent us a video and you were like Mouse, let's say Mouse, or Jeff, if you wanted to send us a video and you were like, hey, so I think this, and you guys think that, like whatever, like this is why I think this, and you actually wanted us to put the video on and like respond to that video, we could also do that too, guys. So our email, I think I got a banner for our email. Let me see. I think, is it right there? Let's see. Oh no, that's the Cash App. It says @ Strange Suspicion YouTube though. The email is strangely suspicious. I think the mods have it. Can one of the mods put up my email? And I'll put it on the screen. There you go. Thanks, Cyborg Mama. So here's the email. If you guys wanted to send us anything video related, like if you wanted to, you know, Tani did that thing where she's like, I watch Strange Suspicion on YouTube. What are you watching? Like anything like that, you could do that. Or if you wanted to show off your merch, you could do that. Mouse. Was it Mouse? I don't know if Mouse is still in here. But didn't she say she ordered something and she hadn't gotten it yet? I was going to say something about that and it just occurred to me to mention it, that Bob actually also ordered some merch and hasn't gotten it yet, but it will be. Oh, there she goes. I have a mug and need one that has Strange Suspicion on it with Pia on it. And a weird Bob mug. Well, the coffee mugs should be both of us. It should be, so like when you, yeah, right, Cyborg? Yeah. It's like, you look at the coffee cup and one side is the raccoon, Bobby the raccoon, and the other side is the baby clown Pia. More mugs, please, one with anime. Bob, I'm sure, Bob, are you seeing that, Bob? So yeah, okay. You are cracking me up. Thank you, Jeff. I don't know, if you're talking about the merch, then you're just talking about Bob, because I actually have nothing to do with Carnageville Lane. If you've seen that, Jeff, I don't know how much of our channel you watch. I was noticing, though, guys, it's very interesting to me that, like, we get a lot of views, but I was noticing the average view duration, and I was like, what? Are you guys not watching the whole video? I hope you guys are, most of you. But Jeff, so, Bob, if you just look at the screen there, Jeff H said you guys are super creative. He's actually probably talking about you. I buy a mug, my favorite. I don't know why he's doing that, you guys. But, logo or whatever you want to call it. Oh, I see what you're saying. Oh, a logo, yeah. We were also, you guys, we were getting some ideas in the email. I was getting hit up in the email a little bit about the all-seeing eye. Like we wanted that on a beanie, I believe. And the only thing we had about that is somebody had some kind of like religious issue with that. But just so you guys know, we're not dissing religion or not dissing religion. Do you know what I mean? There's no, if you asked us about religion, we have no opinion either way. There's not going to be any boundary between us and anybody else by us divulging whether or not we believe in religion. Do you know what I mean? Or what religion we follow, or so on and so forth. You know what I mean? Yeah, third eye. Yeah, I was thinking the third eye beanie, and then I know that there was requests for us to not just do black beanies. What color beanies would you guys wear? I my favorite beanie is a pink beanie, but I don't know about everybody else. I mean, some people prefer white, pink, black, green, red. I don't know which ones are available for us to do. We've been going through Bonfire, and Cyborg Mama told us, you know, you get what you pay for as far as our merch, because she did. I think she's the only one so far who has ordered a hoodie, because they are very pricey. But, oh yeah, she likes camel green, that's right. And our shirts are tie-dye, and we did have a tank. I don't know if we still have the tank top, but we do have the mugs, and the mugs are, like I was saying, I thought Jeff said he collects mugs like weeks ago. Oh, she got a notification for the John Judge YouTube page, meaning that it will be on here any second, Bob, if you keep an eye on that.
Is here in the courtroom with his attorney, Ms. Taylor. The state's represented by Mr. Thompson and Ms. Jennings, Lathrop County Prosecutor's Office. I believe Mr. Loxton is remote, and so is Ms. Mathen, both representing Mr. Koberger. I think I've covered everybody. Ms. Evans is court reporter. We're here for a motion and a potential witness, I believe, relating to motions to compel discovery, 4th and 5th. That's all I know. Okay, go ahead, Ms. Taylor.
Your Honor, the court is correct. We are here to begin the motions to compel. We have testimony today from Detective Mowry. As the court will recall, he's unavailable on the 30th and 31st, which are the days when we will have the full scope of our motions to compel. So it may feel a little choppy, but we would like to hear from Detective Mowry today and would call him when it's appropriate.
Okay, thank you. Anything preliminary, Mr. Thompson and Ms. Jennings? Okay, great. Detective Mowry, come on up. You face the clerk, raise your right hand.
Do you solemnly swear that the testimony you give in this case shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth under penalty of perjury?
I do. All right, thank you, sir. Go ahead and have a seat there. Once you're seated, please state your name and spell your last.
My name is Lawrence Mowry, Mowry.
All right, thank you, sir. Ms. Taylor?
Thank you. Will you tell us how you're employed?
I'm employed with the Moscow Police Department.
What is your role there?
I am a detective.
How long have you worked for Moscow Police Department?
I've worked for Moscow for over 5 years.
Have you been a detective that entire time?
I have.
And prior to that, did you have law enforcement experience?
I do.
How many years total?
We have on 14.
Detective Mowry, did you take part in the investigation into the homicides on King Road?
Yes.
And what was your role?
A lot of different things. How to answer that.
Well, I can ask you about a couple of roles, maybe.
Sure.
Do you do any work with cell phones and cell towers?
I have taken training for cell phone analysis.
Was that one of the roles that you played in this investigation?
Yes.
All right. And the other area that I'd like to talk to you about is the collection of videotape evidence or surveillance evidence from around the community. What was your role in that?
So we gathered a lot of data, a lot of USBs, hard drives that came in. At one point, all of that was given to me so that I could copy it over to a server so that we had it stored and backed up.
Did you inventory it at that time as you got it in, I guess?
Don't have to say inventory. I used the evidence technician to help me book them individually at the time. Right, so the USB had the name of it on it. I would label the folder of what it was, and that came from it.
Did you have any role in verifying the content of the surveillance?
No.
I'm going to have a few questions about that, but I want to talk a little bit more about your role with cell phones and cell towers. So let's start there, okay? What training do you have for that role?
So some time ago, I went through what they say PATC training, which is cellular analysis, and I've also taken classes for the CAST codes.
The cellular analysis, is that particular to the device itself, the cell phone device?
No.
That is particular to towers?
To the towers and the providers themselves.
When did you take that training?
Well, the CAST, I believe it was in 2019, and then I also did it again last year.
And the CAST that you took in 2019, that was the ENDICAC, is that right?
That was phenomenal again, correct?
And the CAST that you took last year was October of 2023, is that correct?
Yes.
And that was the actual CAST training?
They were both done by actual CAST members. I'm not sure if one was sponsored by the other, but they were both performed by FBI CAST members.
And Your Honor, if I can approach.
Yes, thank you.
Detective Mowry, I'm putting in front of you what's labeled as Defendant's Exhibit O, and those are 2 certificates for training. Is that correct?
Yes.
All right. The one that's from 2019, what did that cover?
That covered the use of the CAST codes software.
And what did the one in 2023 cover?
The second.
Your Honor, I move for admission of Defendant's O.
The objection?
No objection.
Okay, those are exhibit. Oh, no objection. Thank you.
Detective Mowry, how many total hours do those certificates represent of CAST training?
I apologize, I didn't look. It was a week long. It was actually a couple of days each time. 2 days a piece of please.
You need this?
So the 2019 shows 24 hours. The 2023 says 16 hours.
Thank you, Detective.
Thank you.
Detective, you've written some reports in this case, is that correct?
Yes.
I want to talk about 2 particular reports right now. One is from May the 5th of 2023. Do you recall that report, or should I bring a copy of that to you?
If you will add it up.
I can definitely do that. You can show it to Ms. Jennings.
We have a jury next door.
Okay.
Just so you know, that's all about.
Detective Mowry, does that appear to be your report from May 5th of 2023?
Yes.
And Your Honor would move for admission of Defendants P?
That's P.
P, like Paul?
All right, any objection? Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Exhibit P is admitted, no objection.
Thank you, Your Honor. Detective Mowry, I do not have a police report for the other one that I want to talk about today. It's one that I received via email today that was written just within the last few days by you, probably. Do you know what report I'm talking about?
Yes.
Okay. Now, what I want to understand is we're talking about documents or records or logs that can be created by a CastViz program. The report that you wrote that I received today, when did you learn about those documents that exist according to that report?
The session logs that I found were from yesterday.
Why did you come to find them yesterday?
I was preparing for this hearing.
Okay. And those are things that existed for quite some time, is that correct?
They did.
And when you wrote about your work with CastViz in May of 2023, did you document those items?
No.
Tell me what you found when you were preparing for the motion to compel today.
I found session logs that were sent to me from the FBI.
All right. And in those session logs, how many files were there?
I don't remember. I think there were 6 or 7 different items inside.
Did you look at the CastViz 48-hour file?
I don't remember if I did at the time of reception.
Did you look at it yesterday in preparation for this hearing?
I attempted to.
All right. And how about the CastViz full log?
I attempted to yesterday.
I noticed in your report that there were several items that you listed. Were those from these CastViz logs that you attempted to look at yesterday?
I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to, you need to speak up a little bit. Or just telling me to pick up a little bit. Thanks.
There were some files that were in the session logs, there were other files that were not.
Well, let's start with the 48-hour. What was contained in there?
There's over 48 hours that was the AT&T records, the original records, and there's a 48-hour session log. I don't know which one.
Let's go with the session log. What was in there?
Appeared to be the AT&T records that possibly were inputted, as well as some JSON files that were probably produced by CastViz.
JSON files were produced by CastViz. Is that right?
I would assume that. I didn't create those files.
What date were they created?
I believe one was in December, the other was in April.
December of what year?
22.
And April of what year?
23.
Could you tell who created those?
I could not.
How did you get those?
I was provided those via email.
By who?
I made balance of the FBI.
What did you do with those?
I gave them as soon as I realized they were in my possession. I had contacted the prosecutor and gave them.
And that would be just yesterday, is that correct?
Yes.
What did you do with them prior to that time?
They were sent to me. I put them in a folder and I didn't do anything else with them. That's why I forgot them.
Okay. And that was the 48-hour file?
The 48-hour session log, yes.
How about the full file? What was contained in there?
Similar items to the 48.
What is the full file?
I believe that was the second AT&T return that we got via warrant. I wasn't able to open it to verify it.
That brings up a question for clarification. When you say second warrant return, are you talking about something that relates to Brian Koberger?
Yes, there was 2 warrants that were originally written. One that covered a 48-hour period for the cell phone number, and there was one that was later done for a longer period of time.
And those are what you're referring to as the warrants 1 and warrant 2?
Correct. One for 48 and one for the longer period.
In the report that I just received today, there was reference to a Loped Bar file. What's that?
It is a file that I received from Agent Balance.
When did you receive that?
want to say the modification date or the email, I honestly don't remember. Unfortunately, it was yesterday and I didn't throw this stuff together, so.
Okay. So that was one that you just found yesterday?
Yes,
Okay. Did you open that?
I don't recall opening it. If I did, I don't recall doing it.
How about the CDR.xlsx file? Would that, and CDR, what does that stand for?
All detail records,
Did you open that?
I don't remember if I did not.
Did you open it yesterday?
I don't remember. I was looking for it. Once I found them, I was trying to figure out how they came into my presence or in my possession. That's where I started to focus.
Okay. How about the export.kmz file? When did you find that file?
I had found that one yesterday.
Do you know when that came into your possession?
It was some time ago.
Did you open that?
I believe I did on my laptop.
What did that show you?
It showed me different locations and so forth on a map.
Those three files that we just talked about, along with the CastViz 48 and the CastViz full, are those copied so that I can have those now?
Yes,
And you referred to emails. How many emails did you find when you were preparing for this hearing?
I believe there was 5.
Are those included for me to have now as well?
Yes,
Thank you. In the report that I received today, there was a reference to drawings.json file. What's that?
it was a JSON file that was inside the CastViz session notes.
What does that depict?
It's just data that CastViz would use, I'm guessing, to replot something on the map to actually show locations or other things.
Did you do anything with that file when you found it yesterday?
I did open that file, yes.
Okay. What did that show you when you opened it?
There were references to 2 locations inside.
When you open it, does it just say here's 2 references, or what does it show you when you open it?
It's different code, but there is some plain language or plain English, plain text inside of that code that show 2 addresses.
Did you use that file? Well, let me ask this first. That file that contains code, do you use that with the CastViz program?
I attempted to load the session file in its entirety and received errors, so I was not able to. That's why I went into the JSON file to see if there was something I could see reference.
Is that file usable?
I'm sure it is to someone.
What is the restriction for you?
I don't know what restriction it is. I don't know what to do with that file outside of, if I could possibly bring it into the CastViz. I tried to pull it in as a combined session log, which is what I was trained to do. So I didn't get that. I didn't pull that file.
Is that file available on a Discovery Drive for me?
Provided to the prosecutor today.
Thank you. In the report that I just got today, there's a reference to another CastViz session and some screenshots. What is that about?
I believe you're talking about just the regular 48 hours folder.
I don't know. I'm curious.
So that I provided 2 folders. One was CastViz and one was just my last name of Maori. That was to differentiate the files that I found that were provided to me, and the folder of the files that I used to create this report.
Okay. CastViz is the files that you found while preparing,
Correct.
and the one that says Maori is what you used to create your May 3rd report of 2023.
Yes.
Okay. I think I understand that now. In that file, I think your report said you found screenshots dated April 19th of 2023.
Yes.
All right. Does that mean that's the day that you put things into your CastViz program?
That was the day that I made the screenshots themselves.
Okay. Where are those screenshots now? Are those also included on the drive?
Yes.
Okay. And then your report dated 5/3 says that you were asked to examine the record. So I'm a little confused if you had something that you took screenshots of on 4/19, but on 5/3 you were asked to examine the record. What were you doing on 4/19 or before to get those screenshots?
So I was tasked, the date was May 3rd for the report. It's not the date that I asked.
Okay. What day were you asked to do?
I do not remember. I'm gonna guess that it was somewhere around April 19th. That's when the screenshots were created.
Let's talk about that time frame then and what you did. Did you actually use a CastViz program at that time to create something?
Yes.
The CastViz program that you used at that time, and we're talking about springtime of 2023, we'll call it April for now, if that's fair. What training had you received by then to do this CastViz program?
The 2019 training.
Okay. With the CastViz program, what's the first thing that you did?
Once the program is open, you can drag and drop the CDR records into the program.
CDR means call detail records.
Right.
Did you do just 48-hour records or did you do full records in April of 2023?
I only did 48-hour records.
When you put the records in, those are the call detail records, and those relate to what?
To the phone that the records were coming back to.
The number you associated with Brian Koberger.
Right.
Okay. After you put those call detail records in, do you have to do anything with cell towers?
With the AT&T, no, because the cell tower locations are in the AT&T CDR.
Okay. So you put that record in, the tower locations are already part of the call detail record that you put in?
Yes.
Is that something that you have electronic on your computer and then you open your CastViz program and just import it into the program?
Yes, AT&T provides both PDF and text documents of the file, and I use the text document to put into CastViz to have it adjusted.
And when you do that, what gets exported?
Nothing. At that point, nothing is exported or created that I know of.
Can you export the session that you're working on?
You can export a session log, yes.
Did you do that?
No.
How did you create screenshots?
By using the built-in Windows snip tool, as well as the built-in Windows game console, I believe they call it the game bar, which is just accessed by hitting Windows G. That allows you to record your screen.
Are those the only two things you did, is screen clip and screen record?
Yes.
How many times did you use call detail records in the CastViz program?
Probably a dozen times. I'm not entirely sure.
That was a terrible question. How many times did you use the CastViz program in relation to Brian Koberger's call detail records?
I don't know. No.
More than once?
I recall doing it for the grand jury because I wasn't the main lead in the call detail records investigation.
I don't understand what that means.
I wasn't the main person looking at those call detail records.
You weren't the main person with the call detail records, but you put them in the CastViz program anyway?
For the grand jury, I was requested.
Okay. What did you rely on in producing those? Producing whatever you produced for the grand jury?
Rely on what do you mean, what did I produce? As far as the AT&T records?
I want to know what you relied on to do that, to produce something for the grand jury.
I don't understand the question.
Okay. You weren't the main guy with the call detail records or with the CastViz programming. Did I understand that much right?
There was another investigator that was doing it.
Okay. But you end up involved in it somehow in April of 2023, is that right?
That's when I was asked to examine the data to provide that for the grand jury.
Okay. Was that all of your instruction?
What do you mean by that?
Well, you're asked by somebody else who's actually doing this part of the investigation in the case to produce something for the grand.
If you've been waiting to apply for disability benefits, don't. Hi, I'm Sarah, and I'm a lawyer at Atticus.
You relied on what you, to get to that point. I want to know all the records you relied on, all of the emails, all of the conversations you relied on to produce this thing that you're not the expert for.
So I wrote the affidavit for the AT&T records, received the AT&T records. Those records were also given to another investigator who was the main investigator doing the CDR records. Prosecution then asked me to provide or create some type of visualization of the call detail records and examine the call detail records for the 4 hours in question. That.
Just to be really sure, when you talked about writing the 2 warrants for AT&T, we're talking about 2 warrants that relate to Brian Koberger. There were a lot of other warrants. Is that right?
Correct.
Okay.
Yes.
I just want to be really clear on that. You've taken the CAST training. Is that right?
Yes.
And you know there's a way to save your session. Is that correct?
Yes.
And there's also a way just to hit reset and delete your session. Do you know that part too?
Mm-hmm.
And back in April, when you were creating something for the grand jury, you hit reset. Is that right?
Or I just deleted the files out of it. I don't remember if I had reset or delete. You can delete them individually as well.
You don't remember which thing you did?
I do.
But you decided to delete what you'd created.
I don't know. I didn't delete anything. I didn't create the session log, so I don't know how I was doing it. You delete the reference of the file in the software, but the file itself is not deleted.
I want to make sure I understand. The record, the AT&T record still exists. You didn't delete that.
Correct.
But the session, when you put that in to the CastViz program, and it does its thing with the call detail records, which includes tower references, you either deleted that session or you chose to reset. Did I understand that right?
Didn't create a session log. I don't know how I would delete it. I just removed the reference to the file, the main file, from the software at some point. I don't know when I did that.
You don't know when you did that?
No, you can close the software without hitting reset or delete.
And then it would just stay there.
I deleted that.
And you can also export your session if you get interrupted and you want to come back and work on it, right?
Yes.
Okay. Did you do that? No. You left it up and running at some point and then did something that didn't save it. Is that right?
The session log was never created. Did not create a session log. The CDR records I was dealing with is relatively small. There's no need to do that because I can ingest the files right back into CastViz in a short amount of time.
Your Honor, just for clarity, may I approach? I have another exhibit to show him. I'll give it to you, Your Honor. Thank you. Are you familiar with the document that was handed to you that's marked Defendants W?
Yes,
And have you seen that before?
I have.
Is that something that you were taught from the CAST Users Guide?
I'm sure I was. It's also included in the software that can be readily accessed.
Okay. And Your Honor, would move for admission of Defendants W?
Thank you. No objection. Okay, that exhibit W is admitted.
Thank you.
No objection.
In your training, were you also taught from the CAST Field Users Guide?
I believe so.
And I'm about ready to switch gears on you and talk a little bit more about videos for a second, but if I can have just one moment, Your Honor.
Sure. Thank you.
Okay, let's switch gears for just a minute. During the course of your work, did you make contact with the Idaho Department of Transportation to talk about some of the cameras that cover main roads coming into and out of Moscow?
Yes.
And did you attempt to make preservation of any items? What items did you want preserved?
I was trying to see if they had saved video or still images from those funds.
What did you learn?
That they do not retain those.
Did you, when you say they do not retain those, do you mean they don't retain videos or pictures or both?
Both.
Did you do a preservation for anything?
Not recall sending actually a preservation letter out.
Okay. Your Honor, if I can have another exhibit provided.
Yes, thank you.
What do you recognize that exhibit?
So these are emails that I was trying to find some kind of contact information for windy.com, a website that does weather related information as well as has some links to images from cameras that are covering the highway.
And did you learn that you could have some still shots preserved?
I did.
Did you have some still shots preserved?
I did not.
Okay. Your Honor, would move for admission of defendants PP.
Thank you. That's what, I'm sorry, PP?
Double P, yes.
That's what I thought. Okay. Exhibit PP is exhibit or admitted, no objection.
When we started talking, we talked about you kind of being the guy that would book or take videos in from different agencies, even if you didn't verify what was on the device you received. Is that right?
Yes.
And do you I have a specific one a couple of them I want to ask you about. One is from Red Star Coffee Shop. Do you recall receiving that video? Okay. And are you aware that it was booked in or brought in by Idaho State Police? How would I find out about those videos?
I don't know. You'd have to go through the USB drives to find out what was given. I was just given the mass USB drives. I was not given them by the people that were bringing them in for time. Given to them after it had been handed off to other investigators and other assistants that were helping the calls.
Is there somebody else I should ask about specific ones to track where they went?
I don't know. I don't have that information.
Okay. All right, give me just a minute, Your Honor.
Sure.
Thank you, Detective Mallory. I don't have any other questions for now, but hold on, the prosecutor might.
Thank you, Ms. Taylor. Ms. Jennings, Mr. Thompson.
Ms. Jennings.
Okay, Ms. Jennings.
Mallory, I want to go back and talk a little bit about this CastViz program. Can you explain to me generally what is CastViz?
It's just a software that is useful in creating visualizations of the call detail records.
Okay. So how is it useful? What does it show?
It shows the location and the direction of the cell towers and their sector antennas.
Okay. Now, what version of CastViz do you have?
Currently, I think I have 33 on my laptop. It's prompted me to update to 38. But at the time, I believe I had 30 installed.
So walk me through. You start up the software program,
Yes,
and then what do you do?
drag the text file from the CDRs into the system. It ingests the files and then produces a display of that data.
Okay. And is that what you did on the 19th?
Yes.
And then what did you do with that visual that was displayed?
Those visuals, I created screenshots, created the screen capture of the video. CastViz also allows a timeline playing view that you can record separate the Windows built-in some software. Save those.
Other than uploading the CDRs, did you change any of the settings on CastViz?
The only thing that I would have done was gone in and changed made sure that the time was correct because they were coming in at the TC. It was a coordinated time. I wanted to make sure that those were representative of the local time.
All right, so you just changed it to Pacific.
Correct.
Any other changes?
No.
Okay. So you were talking about how it does not automatically save.
It does not.
Okay. And you chose not to save.
No. And in the exhibit that was provided, the actual text says that if you need to save a session file.
Okay. And can you tell me why didn't you save these settings?
I was creating the visualization exhibits. That's what I was doing with that.
Any reason to save the settings?
No.
Could this be recreated or redone in the same fashion?
Yes, I can, again, open the software, drag the CDRs back in, and in a very short time it is generated.
And it would give you the same information?
Yes.
Is that why you didn't save it?
Yes.
I want to switch over to the other session files that you found. Were those session files created by you?
No.
Okay. And did you ever use those?
No.
And have you now turned those over, provided those?
Yes.
Now I want to switch gears over to what we were discussing as windy.com. What is that? What is Windy?
It's a website that is available for weather and such.
Okay. And why is that relevant in this case?
We were directed by, I think it was Captain Corporal Payne that told me that we should look into windy.com.
And why is that?
Just to see if they retained video from the cameras themselves.
Okay, so windy.com has cameras.
They have screenshots. They basically capture the ITD cameras and put them on their website. Those images are routinely purged from their site for the administration of that.
Okay. And can you explain to me, when are those, you talked about them being purged from their site? What's that schedule?
From going on their website yesterday, it's a public website, so I was able to go back to it. I don't remember exactly. I believe that within 24 hours, it's hourly. Within a week, it's daily. Within 12 months, it's monthly. And then after that, I believe it's, I was seeing probably like 3 months or so.
Can you explain why you didn't preserve those images from windy.com?
When it was discussed with other investigators, we would have only gotten, I believe it was one image per day. Time frame wasn't where we were interested in, so we didn't capture that once.
So there is no evidentiary value.
None that we did.
Okay. And have you since gone back and found some screenshots?
Yes,
It's what's available on the publicly available website,
anyone can go to windy.com and grab the screenshots there.
and you've now done that.
I have,
Anything of evidentiary value?
no,
Have those been turned over anyway?
yes.
I just have 1 second.
Sure.
I don't have any further questions.
Thank you. Can you read that?
Yes, just a bit. You were just speaking with the prosecutor about the images from windy.com. And I thought you didn't preserve anything or go back and look at anything during your investigation. Did I misunderstand that?
So yesterday when I was directed by the prosecutor.
Okay, so yesterday the prosecutor said, go look for these things.
Yes.
But before that, you and other investigators decided not to. Did I get that right?
With the information that we were given, we were told that there would be a screenshot for the day, if I remember right, the parameters of. We did not grab those because they were not in the. Didn't see that they would be relevant.
Okay. But you didn't look back then. You waited until yesterday. Is that right?
No, we looked back then. I couldn't tell you what time. Most of the photos that were taken for the daily screenshot or the daily screenshots were daytime. And they looked at days kind of thing. So we didn't grab those at the time.
Okay, but you did look at the time and made a decision at the time. Do I understand that now?
Yes.
Okay. Back to the cast viz for a couple of questions for you. When you were doing the work back in April of 2023, did you see maps on the screen with the work that you were doing?
Yes.
And you also made a video of that. I want to show you a map and see if it's what I think it is. You have defendants R in front of you. What is that?
Appears to be a screen capture of the cast viz software.
Is that a screen capture from a map that you made?
Yes.
All right. Your Honor would move for admission of defendants R.
Action.
No.
Exhibit R is submitted. No objection.
And are you aware that when you can see mapping on your screen on this program that there's a log created? Okay. You would agree that if I were to take the call detail records that have the tower report in them, I would have to have the same cast version you were using to recreate what you did. Would you agree with that?
I'd have to have, if I took the regular cell call detail records and put them into a different version of cast, are you saying that it would become different?
Well, I don't know. That's a good question. Let me try to be more clear about the one I was asking, and then I like yours. We might talk about your question as well. My question is, and the prosecutor suggested that your work be recreated. And so it didn't matter that you hadn't saved your session. What I want to know is if I have the 48-hour call detail records that contain the tower list like you have, do I have to have the CastViz program that you used so I can see what you did?
I don't know, because I don't know what the back end of the CastViz software does. I'm just a user, so I don't know.
And you were in this CastViz program, at least for a while, creating exhibits that would be relied on. Is that right?
Yes.
On more than one occasion. Is that right?
Yes.
But you didn't save your work.
We did not create a session log. That's even need.
Would you agree I can't see what you did without your session log? Can't examine what you did without your session log?
It's there to create the visualizations for the exhibits. That's what I use CastViz.
But I can't see what you did. Is that right? Is that right?
No.
No, it's not right, or no, I can't see what you did.
You cannot, but I could take those cell data or call data records, put them into CastViz again. Results would be what they are because we're still using the same records from AT&T to create
Have you done that?
these records.
Yes.
No.
Thanks, that's it.
Okay, thank you. Anything on that, Ms. Jennings?
Can we go, why did you pull the CDRs into CastViz?
Why did I do that in April? Because I was asked by you to do it for the tender.
Okay, is that the only reason you did it?
Yes.
Is that the only time you did it?
Yes.
Okay.
That I remember. I mean,
Yeah, follow up on that question?
Nope, thank you.
Okay, great. Can this witness be excused?
Yes, please.
Any objection? Okay, great. Thank you. Appreciate it. Yes, thank you. Yes, Matt. All right, you are excused, but you can stay if you like. Okay, next witness.
Your Honor, the rest of the witnesses will be present and ready to go on the 30th, to the very best of my knowledge. This was the only witness we needed to accommodate with today's hearing. So thank you for that.
Okay, thank you. So we're done for today?
We're done for today, Your Honor.
Wow, okay. Ms. Jennings, agreed?
Agreed.
Okay. Yes, what are you, hold on. Yes, thank you. Thank you, Beth.
Hold that.
So I have a whole bunch of documents that is not clear whether I should sign sealing or not, because
Do you want to explain that a little bit more? Are you talking about everybody covering Idaho 4?
just go through this and clear it up. Yes? Sure. Okay, so the first one I have is motion to temporarily seal supplemental response to defendant's fourth and response to fifth motions to compel and motion to limit scope of testimony. And I have not signed that because there was no stipulation. or agree?
Your Honor, I apologize. I thought we had agreed, those have the detailed exhibits attached to them, and I thought we'd stipulated that those detailed exhibits could be sealed.
Okay, well, the addition on that was limited scope of testimony, so I wasn't sure if that was included in our earlier agreement.
Your Honor, that's the state's motion. I know we responded to that and we did not seal our response to that.
Okay. State is asking for sealing on that. Are we on the same page? You know what I'm talking about? Okay. Just want to know if I should sign this or not.
Well, I'm just not sure. Is there an objection? It's the state's motion to seal. Is there an
Right.
objection from defense to seal?
No, if they want their documents sealed, that's fine. We had responded publicly, and so I wondered if that changed.
Okay, so I'll sign this. That's one. I just don't want to get in trouble with your arguments about sealing and not sealing. Okay, I just want to be very clear on the record.
Thank you for that.
Plus is piling up with the clerk. Okay, next one is also the state's, well, this is the one that's sealed. Got that taken care of. Got another one from the state, a motion to temporarily seal exhibits 1 of state's second supplemental response, etc. Any objection?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you. These titles are getting along, I have to say. Fine. Clear. I think that is one. Okay. This is the same. I think that's it. Anything else we need to talk about before we're done?
Nothing from us.
Okay. Well, thank you all. We're adjourned. Appreciate it.
Well, there you have it, guys. A whole big, bad, nothing fest, I guess. The guy doesn't want to say anything about anything, which was weird because I felt like he was he testifying on behalf of the defense? Did he, like, forget what he was going to say? Or did he just, like... Let's see. Uh-huh. Yeah. Miranda, Bob is a big fan of Charlie Manson. Well, not a fan. I don't know how to say it the right way. I didn't mean to say it like that. Let's see. Yeah, so I did want to just say something real quick that I was going to say I realized at the beginning of this stream that I didn't. We have no idea whatsoever what happened during our live on Monday. I mean, not our live, our premiere. So every Monday, if you're not aware, every Monday, Thursday, and Saturday, we have videos at 4:20 p.m. So there shouldn't be like a, I wonder if there's a video. What time is the video? 4:20, guys. 4:20 always. Monday, Thursday, and Saturday. But last week, for some reason, when we set our premiere, it was fully loaded, guys. The whole video loaded up. Everything was fine. It was set. It was ready to go. As soon as the video started, though, something on YouTube went awry, and all of a sudden, we're like, what, like 4 minutes in, 5 minutes in, and it just cuts out. I think I remember it was Tawny or 13th Hour was like, is that the whole video? Was that it? It was like kind of like right mid-sentence or something. So I'm not sure what happened there, but if you guys did miss the video, it is called Can I Get a Witness? Did you guys see that or not? Let me know in the chat. Because like I was saying before, it is absolutely my favorite video so far that we've done. And I feel, hey, look at there's Dillhole. What's up, Dillhole? Dillhole, did you see our video on Monday after it like got cut off on YouTube? Remember that? We were in the middle of our premiere and then all of a sudden it just like cut off. It was like so awesome. And I was gonna say, like, if anybody missed it, maybe Bob wouldn't mind playing it. And I'm seeing that. Anybody want it? Jeff, do you want to see this? Anybody want to see this video? Yes or no? It was our video on Monday. It was our premiere. You didn't see the rest. Okay. Bob, can we play that? You guys want to chat along with us and give us your thoughts on this video? And cool. Here we go. I think he's
reporting in Courthouse. Jessica Dupnack, Fox 2 News.
You want answers? I think I'm entitled. You want answers? I want the truth! You can't handle the truth!
Hey guys, welcome back to Strange Suspicion. I hope you had a wonderful weekend. For those of you who joined us on Saturday, thank you so much. We appreciate each and every one of you. We did enjoy that crime trivia. We are planning to play that on Thursday, guys. We are adding a category of horror movies as suggested by 13th Hour, because a lot of the people who watch our channel are very fond of horror movies, including Bob and myself. So we have some questions that we really feel we can stump you with. So let's try it out. On Thursday, we'll do the true crime trivia. It'll be so much fun. Let's talk about the Karen Read trial. If you ask me, if I knew that a whole gaggle of police officers and police officers' families were going to testify, to premeditate any kind of thought about them being untruthful. But each and every one of these people who have took the stand are so untruthful, guys. They do not know how to tell the truth. And they've been caught in every single lie. He was confronted with a text message that he sent. That text message is insanely important to the defense and to Karen Read and the future of her life.
Anything?
Just very briefly.
Okay.
You were just asked if you ever told anyone, if you told anyone what to tell the state police or investigators, and your answer was no, correct?
Yeah, I don't recall telling anyone to tell anybody anything.
So with regard to your statement, tell them the guy never went in the house, who's the them?
Do you mind if I go back and read?
Take your time.
I think I know, I just want to read it. The them was Channel 4 went into D&E.
You done with your answer?
Yeah, you just asked me who them was.
And the answer is you were instructing people on the group chat to tell Channel 4 that the guy never went in the house, correct?
Yes, this was on February 1st. As I said, none of us in the house had any idea what happened to John O'Keefe. So we instructed, I was saying, we don't know what happened. He never came in the house.
All right, so,
that's what was my statement was.
Sir, I didn't ask you for any of that just now, did I?
You just asked me why I said that.
I asked you who the them was.
Objection, Your Honor.
You didn't. You look like you asked me to elaborate.
Okay. So your answer to my question is the them was you were saying that Channel 4 should be told that the guy never went in the house. Yes or no?
Channel 4 was who I was referencing. Yes.
No further questions.
Are you sure?
I don't know. That's up to the Commonwealth to prove, right?
Whoa! Wait a minute!
All right, you are all set, Mr. McCabe. I will take those documents.
Aren't you ashamed? What are you hiding? What did you do? Why did you delete all those phone calls, Ms. McCabe? Why did you delete all those phone calls? Why did you delete your Google search, Ms. McCabe? Mr. McCabe, I believe you said that you saw Karen Reed drive south on Fairview Road. Oh, excuse me, sir. Nice to see you guys got dressed up for court, though. Looking sharp. So, I believe you guys both said that you saw Karen Reed drive south. Is that correct? South? So then how could she do a 3-point turn then if she was traveling south on that road? Any comment on that? No? Make sense to you? Why were you up at 4:53 in the morning, Miss McCabe? Why didn't you go to sleep? Were you drinking that night? Do you often drink a lot of alcohol, go to the bar, and then stay up till 4:53? Truth and justice, we're looking for it right now. We're looking for it. A Boston police officer was murdered in cold blood. And these people right here, who you're looking at, these people right here, they covered it up. They participated in the murder of a Boston police officer. These are cop killers, ladies and gentlemen. That's a cop killer right there. Cop killer. Cop killer. That's what you are. That's all you're ever going to be, is a cop killer.
We know who did it, Steve. We know. And we know who spearheaded this cover-up. You all know.
Yes, we do.
I tried to save his life. I tried to save his life at 6 in the morning. I was covered in his blood. I was the only one trying to save his life.
Once, if you remember anything, please, give me a call.
And so there was something that you remembered and you gave him a call.
Yes.
And when he came back to the house, what was it that you told him?
I told him about the comments and the remarks that Karen Reed had been stating that morning.
And specifically, what type of remarks are you referring to that you told Officer Lank when he came back?
I said that she told one of the EMTs that she hit him.
That Jennifer McCabe's cell phone records show a 2:27 a.m. Google search for
how long to die in cold hours before Officer O'Keefe's body was found.
All right, guys, let's put on our clown shoes and get to business. Let's revisit one of the surviving roommates, Bethany Funk. So here's the scoop. We all know that Bethany Funk is one of the surviving roommates of the Idaho 4 homicides. Together with her other roommate, Dylan Mortensen, they were the only two to survive this tragic event. When she was asked to testify at a preliminary hearing, she lawyered up, and her lawyer spoke on her behalf.
She's agreeing to be interviewed by the defense in the murder case. Attorneys for the suspect, Brian Kohberger, issuing a subpoena for Funk to testify. Kohberger's legal team claiming Funk has exculpatory information that might help to exonerate him. An investigator for the defense writing, Ms. Funk's information is unique to her experiences and cannot be provided by another witness. Funk's attorney fought back, filing a motion to quash the subpoena, writing, even if Funk possesses exculpatory evidence, which remains unknown, there is no place or reason to present it at a preliminary hearing. But new court documents made public show she's now agreed to an interview with the Idaho-based defense counsel. Funk will testify in Reno, Nevada, where she's from. Instead of taking the stand in the Lata County, Idaho court, ahead of the hearing, the prosecution expanding its team as they look to bolster their case against Kohberger.
If Brian's innocent, she would be his best shot. It really is up to her conscience, guys, to spill the truth, even if it puts her own safety at risk. And seriously, getting a lawyer to speak for her, that's the red nose of suspicion right there. If she's just a survivor and not charged with anything, why would she need a lawyer? Allegedly, she hasn't been a suspect since the cops showed up. The fact she moved to Nevada and is starting a new life, she's following the path of self-preservation. And if I had to guess, I would think she's only going to say absolutely as little as possible if she's at the trial. I would hope those weren't all fake smiles in those pictures and she actually cared about Madison Mogen, Ethan Chapin, Xana Kernodle, and Kaylee Goncalves. That's right for them and get them justice. Put this to rest. Once and for all, tell us who she saw that evening or what she knows. And what's the deal with Bill Thompson anyway? Just the other day, he was talking about knowing someone who went on a vacation to a land far, far away from Idaho and chatted openly about this case. It's reasons like that that he claims a change of venue is unnecessary. It's like he's a rabid wolf, forcefully fighting against it. He says people everywhere know about this, so it won't make a difference. But he's barking up the wrong tree. There are folks who don't know about it. But you know who does know about it?
We're at Dave's Hot Chicken, and we're gonna try the Dave's Cauliflower Hot Chicken. Mmm. It's like a thin fillet.
At least they think they know about it. The communities of Moscow, Idaho, and Pullman, Washington. At least they think they know, guys. They've had 2 years to talk about this quadruple homicide. How could they not? I wonder how many think the right guy is in custody and feel safe. I know the surviving roommates sure don't feel safe. They're out of there. They were out of there quick and never coming back. Allegedly. You ever play that telephone game where one person whispers in your ear and then that person whispers in another person's ear? When it gets to the last person, the story or sentence that was relayed through all those people has changed dramatically. I think it's a pretty good comparison to college kids who have a secret and are never going to tell anyone. And then that person who's never going to tell anyone tells their one someone who tells another one person. And that's allowed to go on for 2 years, guys, as this trial has been delayed. Evidence has been sealed, and Bryan Kohberger is made to sit and wonder what the fate of his life will be in silence.
And now my favorite segment, Ask a Clown.
Do you think Bryan Kohberger is innocent or guilty?
Okay, guys, this is a very serious question that you've asked me here, and I am willing to answer it with no hesitation. My thoughts on this are very strong. My focus has been on keeping an open mind and being open to the realm of different possibilities that this case will present when it finally goes to trial and we can see proper evidence and we can hear proper testimony. However, through all the facts that we have put together at Strange Suspicion, without allowing influence from other channels or from outside media sources, I, Pia, absolutely 100% feel that Bryan Kohberger did not commit these homicides. If he has anything to do with this crime, I don't think he was the only person involved, and I don't believe he was involved in any homicide aspect of this crime. In over 100 videos now, Bob and I have presented to you unbiased facts from both sides of the argument of Bryan's innocence and Bryan's guilt. But I personally am glad that you asked this question. It's an important thing to understand that I do have my own personal viewpoint on what happened in this case. It's also important to understand that if you and I disagree, it's encouraged that we create a dialogue and not an argument. We're all adults here. If you're not an adult, please remove yourself from my channel, because this is for adults only. The content is suitable only for adults. And just like a carnival ride where you have to be this tall to ride the ride, you have to be this old to watch my show. So please practice maturity, consideration, and thoughtfulness when responding to one another in the comment section as well as in the live chat. I can't wait for you guys to join us on Thursday for Crime Trivia. We appreciate each and every one of you. Please remember to share the video, stay suspicious, and we'll see you Thursday at 4:20. Okay, so for those of you who didn't see that whole video, or those of you who did, we hope that you enjoyed all of the hard work that Bob put into the video. If you're not used to watching entire videos of ours, you might be surprised if you actually had enough time to do such a thing and did such a thing, because Bob is an editor like no other in the true crime genre of YouTube. I feel like Bob is the most unique person, so I just wanted to show some appreciation for you, babe, because you are very unique and very, very talented, and I appreciate you. And I know the community appreciates you guys. I know you guys do, right? Hopefully. Okay, so we will see you guys on Saturday at 4:20 for a live. If you would like to be on panel with me, you need to let me know ahead of time by emailing me at strangelysuspicious@gmail.com. Need to let me know before Saturday morning if you would like to be on panel with me. You don't have to be on camera, but if you'd like to be on panel, you need to do that ahead of time. And she's gonna watch it over and over now. Okay, Cyborg Mama, awesome. Good reminder to let me let you guys know this. There is a playlist if you want to help the channel out and just push on the full playlist. There's a shorts playlist. There's a couple of playlists to choose from. If you just click on those, it would help us out in the algorithm near wherever you are. Mouse, we love you too. We will see you guys all Saturday, hopefully, at 4:20 p.m. Eastern. Bob, you want to say goodbye? Or see you Saturday?
Bitches, look.
Bitches.